Y'all keep talking about how cold it is outside. Imagine how I feel. Being a cold-ass bitch on a cold-ass day. I'm freezing out this hole.
We just sent $100 billion of your tax money to Israel. Yep. Your tax money is helping so many people. So you telling me y'all can afford to send $100 billion of them somewhere else? And I can't even afford to live? But your tax money is hard at work for the people. Oh my God, where are my manners, Mr. President? I've been working 60 hours a week every week for my whole life just to blow up a hospital. Good investment. Thank you so much. I can't even afford to eat a goddamn meal and you talking to me about this stupid shit. Why is this country so selfish? Let me tell you something. It costs $3,000 to rent a dugout. The price of food going up and wages ain't doing. But because keep going up, not only is the wages not going up, if I get hurt, I die. Because I can't even afford to die. And you got the nerve to call me selfish, you stupid. Like, nah, let me get this straight, though. So you sending hundreds of times the money it would take to fix the problems somewhere else to fund a genocide. But because that don't make me want to wrap an American flag around my chest and I'm the one that's selfish?
Bruh.
Black people are the only people on the planet who have their internal conflict, their regular internal conflict, used as rationale for their oppression. The entire world wants you to know that the only way that they will acknowledge the oppression of African people, the only way they will acknowledge what they did to African people is if you are morally perfect. Anybody who brings up that argument with you does not have any interest in acknowledging your oppression to begin with. We never bring up Latinx on Latinx crime. We never bring up Asian on Asian crime. We only bring up black on black crime because they truly believe you deserve what happened to you. They truly believe that you deserve the most brutal, unforgiving, and unescapable oppression of humankind history. Because African people used to sell each other too. Truly believe that any minute imperfection of the behaviors of African people since the beginning of time, any single blemish that you could find on our record can justify what we have faced as a people. Everybody will acknowledge that the Holocaust was a terrible thing. Everybody will acknowledge that the Holocaust should not have happened. Everybody will acknowledge that Jews deserve an apology, that Jews deserve support, that Jews deserve remittances. You will never see anybody talking about the Holocaust and saying, well, Jews did this to Jews before. But all because Crips don't like Bloods. Noops don't like Alphas. Black women not unified with black men. We deserve the worst treatment in humankind history. Peace out.
Grandma just sent something from the heaven gates above. Open the floodgates of heaven. Let it rain.
The fact that I don't think Celie and Sugar was gay. Nah.
And that's exactly what the producers of this movie would like you to believe, because they understand that Black folks as a group are very conservative. They know that queer folks who are a part of the Black diaspora are constantly being asked, do we choose between our Blackness or our queerness? Which one do you identify with more? As if we could ever choose between the two. And they know that if they want this movie to be something that people can receive and appreciate as a whole, to appreciate the talent and the cinematography and everything that went into making The Color Purple beautiful, they need to downplay the queerness. But the reality is, The Color Purple is a Black queer story at its core, no separation. And as much as I really truly loved the movie, as a Black queer person, it really upsets me that it needed to be watered down in this way for people to be able to receive it.
I am so sick of the Black people who are screaming, let's focus on our problems, and yet I'm going to some of their pages and they don't speak about our problems. Shut the fuck up. I didn't know that many of us were pro-Black and pro-African. I really actually didn't.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course everybody thinks I'm possessed.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course my mom thinks my partner is my best friend.
Okay.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course, Southern music is my favorite music genre.
Yes.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course, I have tried praying the gay way plenty times. This demon must go. This demon must go.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course, people think I'm with my partner for papers. I beg.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course, people say this is Western and totally un-African, as if I don't exist.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course, I was in a choir. Ankanchawa. Hey, Ankanchawa.
I'm a queer Nigerian. Of course I get asked, are you a man, are you a woman, or a lesbian? Ask them.
Everybody in the comments of that video, y'all are so insufferable, just terribly insufferable. Y'all are acting like those people on Twitter who say everything is woke. Y'all are acting like this is above and beyond, like, making sure you don't offend anybody interaction. They asked what their pronouns were, and they asked if they could touch them. And they proceeded to talk about their hair plan. What's the problem? I just don't know. That just felt like common courtesy, especially since they're not there for a haircut. They're there for a consultation. It said right there that's a consultation. They're not there to get their haircut. But what is y'all problem with people being comfortable in situations and making sure that, you know, people that are around you are comfortable? That felt like, them comments feel like a little bit of homophobia, a tiny bit of ableism, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, I love this question. I think.
On today's episode of If It Look Like a Good Fit, Bitch, You Better Go and Get It.
Pardon? Do you have plus sizes at this location or no? Okay, thank you. Northridge? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Forever 21 really said if you big, you gonna have to take a field trip. So take a field trip is what we did, and I was pleasantly surprised to find some plus sizes in the front of the store. Now, I was getting kind of aggravated because I see the sign that says they go 0X to 3X in store. Y'all know they go up to a 4X online, but we know that 4X is really a 3X because their inches are small, so their 3X is a 2X, so they only got a 2X in store. We're gonna talk about that later. Now, I got confused because I was looking around, and I was like, are these the only plus sizes in the store? Can't be. So I got on the escalator, went upstairs, and y'all, when I tell y'all, this was probably the biggest plus size section I ever seen at a Forever 21. Like, it was wall to wall. That whole corridor on this second half, it was all the plus sizes. And it was the cute stuff. Like, usually when they have the plus sizes out, it'd be all the little ugly stuff. But this was the cute stuff. Like, y'all see this. Like, this is sped up ×4. I'm moving. I'm walking. I'm covering some ground. But as much as I love to see this, it also aggravates me that I had to, number one, go all the way to Northridge to get this. And number two, you don't carry your full plus size range in store. And your plus sizes are small. Your 4X is a 3X. So let's get it together, Forever 21. Now, I did have some things I have to grab for something fun that I'm filming tomorrow. So bada bing, bada boom. And then I saw a fever dream. I saw a fever dream, and I did buy something from it.
I hate talking to niggas that's overly homophobic. Like, bro, these cartoons nowadays programming, bro. It's programmed. Like, my nigga, relax. One gay nigga in a Disney cartoon is not gonna be the candy event to make your son think, you know what? This living black in America shit, too easy.
So we've been talking about girl math and dragging the motherfuckers with boy math, you know, bringing up their traumas. But someone on Twitter asked, what is black math? And we are some mathematicians. All right, let's get into black math. Off top, 5011 is any amount over a few. Okay, that is our version of infinity. Like, 5011 can be as small as 5 and as many as 500. The true starting time to an event, like the time you really want the event to start, needs to be an hour and a half after the time you tell people. So if you really want to eat by 5:36, you need to tell people 4:30. Similarly, if I show up an hour to an hour and a half after an event has started, I'm not late. Black math is filling up an almost empty dish container with more water to make more soap. The science of it just makes more soap. That's the equation. Cups, ounces, tablespoons, teaspoons, those amounts don't exist in recipes, okay? We get all our amounts from our ancestors telling us to stop. The further back the item is in the grocery store or any store for that matter, the less dirty it is. And you always grab the second, third, sometimes even fourth. The age of a black child is whatever age the discount at the restaurant starts. I'm not your little friend does not explain the size of said friend. No. It's more so an explanation of how much you cannot have me fucked up or how much you can try me, which is a little. That goes in conjunction with I'm not the 1, 2, or the 3.
Watching journalists like Bisson and Motaz post what essentially are their final words on the internet, as they say, it's over, the time for journalism is over, now is just a time of trying to survive, is fucking heartbreaking. Because it reveals the truth about the neoliberal system and how it protects human rights. Under the neoliberal system, genocides and massacres and human rights violations, they don't happen because nobody sees them. People see them. They happen because those in power don't care enough to stop them, and those who do care aren't in power. And I hate to compare this to a fictional scenario, but Suzanne Collins was right when she wrote The Hunger Games. You can literally broadcast atrocities to the entire world, and the spectacle will just become a part of people's daily lives. We have all these things designed to protect human rights worldwide, international law, NGOs, democratic states, and the free world. And yet the simple fact of the matter is, if those in power decide that it's advantageous to them to do a genocide, you can't do anything about it. And what kind of person could just live under that system and not speak out about it at the least?
When the strike ends and the studios try to blame the actors and the writers for the price increases for streaming services, let me remind you guys that they have continued to increase the prices even before both strikes have ended. The price increase has nothing to do with the actors and the writers and all to do with the studios. The major studios' refusal to give SAG-AFTRA and the WGA before them the fair deals that they deserve has reportedly resulted in not $5 billion loss for California economy. No, since SAG-AFTRA has been on strike for 100 days, that number has now been up to $8 to $9 billion in loss for just California alone. And the loss of 45,000 jobs and probably more than $400 million hit to the fall box office. Within the next 2 months, there are at least 6 to 7 big movies coming to the theaters that the actors cannot talk about or promote to get people to go to the movies to see them currently, and that will affect the box office numbers.
Customizable black hairstyles in games. Styles I want.
My absolute favorite way to respond to people being transphobic to me in person is to pretend like I have no idea what they're talking about or what being trans is. I live in a pretty small town. If I wear something out like this, most people won't say anything, but you have the occasional person who's like, you could never be a woman. You know what I do? What are you talking about? And then they have to explain, usually by pointing out the colors of the item I'm wearing. And in that case, these are just my favorite colors. What the fuck are you talking about? And they love to follow up with this. Are you okay? Do you need me to call somebody for you? Gags them every time, and they have nothing else to say. Get help, bitch.
This is a PSA that every term that you think refers to just random people with certain personality traits, it's just white people. Tall, dark, and handsome is white people, somehow. Golden Retriever boy, that's a white person. That is like a kind of a nerd. Like, it's all just white people, so, yeah.
There's not about to be a dystopian future, dumbass, because we're quite literally living in one. There's people sitting in front of their cameras 12 hours a day popping popcorn out of a fucking curling iron because they can't afford to pay their rent or put food in their fridge. We just sat on this app and watched it literally turn into Alibaba while Palestinians and Congolese people are literally dying at the hands of imperialism and consumerism. I promise you, it won't get more dystopic than this.
Ang itong plat.
Vroegies is doodgemaak oor hierdie tel. So dat heb ik ngaqamenku. Uqale uqamengu uqaya naqaqu uqamengu. Inqama uqaqi. Nang aqaqa.
So mama noem daarmee sê, Gensbok en Springbok, hulle het so naby mekaar.
Luister, jy gee my nou mooi verstaan. Mooi luister en mooi verstaan. Die Springbok is by. En die Gensbok, alles na aan mekaar. Die Gensbok is by.
Ons sal nie toelaat dat ons weer verdruk word en die taal doodgemaak word nie. Ons taal sal gehoor word. Groet nou vir my.
Hayo.
Groet my.
Moontjie.
Ons gaan dit mekaar so. Moontjie, purukuti.
addicted to finessing. I'm addicted to finessing. I'm addicted to finessing. I'm addicted to finessing. I'm addicted to finessing.
I once heard someone say that being in the closet can be so detrimental to your health, not only because you're hiding a part of yourself, but also because the people around you can be talking bad about that part that you're hiding. And just reflecting on that is crazy. You are truly hiding and storing away who you really are just to hear your loved ones and the people that are supposed to love you talk about how much they hate that side of you. It's ridiculous. So I'm here to say that you are valid and loved, no matter your gender identity or your sexuality, no matter if you're out of the closet or still in the closet. You are valid and loved each and every way. And if you're in the closet, don't feel pressure to come out. Your safety is what is most important. You can still be proud of who you are, but not let the world know yet. It's okay. Come out when you're ready. We'll be waiting on you with open arms. Happy National Coming Out Day, guys.
With a face card that makes dollars, who needs to make sense?
Oh my!
With a face card that makes dollars, who needs to make sense? What would you do if when you okay, so he said yes would go? Oh, yeah. Okay, babe.
Toodles.
I think we should bring back philosophy. Like, I don't even want to speak to one of my friends unless they... True friends are never apart. Maybe in distance, but never in heart. A man that would call me friend. A man that would call my brother. Shit like that. Like, I don't even want to greet people in, like, regular terms. Like, why do I want to talk to you as a regular person? No, I want to expound deeply on the human condition and then just disappear into nothing.
Everybody's so creative.
It's always gay son or thought daughter, and I'm telling you, I'm taking both over an aspiring rapper son. There's no way you gonna hop on the ones who's like, daddy was never around, my mama's around the town, thugging with her rounds, that's how she got down. Now, how I get into this? Never food in the house, I had to fight a mouse. Sometimes I wanted to die, even wanted to cry. Why you putting our business out there like that? Daddy left when I was 6, never got over it, cause my mom is a stone cold bitch.
With my twin, we be vibing.
I know you motherfuckers are detached, but I want to ask a question. Who in this world gets to be a child, and who has the right to innocence? I will never be able to comprehend the fact that as a society, we allow grown-ass adults like this and people to make fun of a baby on the basis of how they look because they have a disability. I want y'all to sit with this. A black disabled baby will be mocked, will be criminalized, will be demeaned before they even have an opportunity to grow up. And what made me sick to my stomach is that the majority of people in the comments and the stitches who are egging on the mockery of this baby are black people. Because in the black community, not even black disabled people are protected. Black people love to say it's just a joke, it's just a joke. Not everything is a fucking joke. And this is why the violence against black disabled people it's constantly overlooked and it's constantly made light up because you're taking existence, the bodies, the pain, and the experiences that black disabled people go through, and y'all make a mockery of it. And then y'all allow non-black people to do the same thing, because I saw y'all too. Y'all are fucking sick. And to the person that is focusing this little girl onto TikTok, y'all need to protect her at all costs. Because in this world, no one else will.
Because the music is not orchestrated the same.
That's because the gays and the girls got tired of being bullied in the name of the Lord, and we left the church, and we took our art with us.
I so badly want black women to have a movie like the Barbie movie for us.
because I don't want one of those fucking funny movies about black women working together and da 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 da. You know, y'all know the new horror movie or whatever the fuck. I want a movie like the Barbie movie, like Little Women, where I can point to that and say, yes, this is my experience. This is what everyone's been talking about. It's heartfelt and gut-wrenching and full of sisterhood and love and hate and all of these huge emotions that we are always told not to express. I want that for us so fucking badly. I want to cry so hard for black women all the time, and I want a movie to make me do it. So let's get on it.
Free Palestine, free Haiti, free Congo, free Sudan. There are innocent people dying. The last thing we should do is stay silent about this issue. As humans, we pretend to be powerless, but we're not. Our voices, our actions can make a big difference. Speak up now. Speak up now about the issue. Once again, repeat after me. Free Palestine, free Haiti, free Congo, free Sudan.
No, because literally when I think about 2016, that's one of the main things I think about. The fact that we had a killer clown issue. Like, I don't even know how we let that get out of hand nationally. I just don't. Actually, I do. It's America. But beyond that, it's just like, girl, people was wearing masks, standing in woods, standing in graveyards. Some were actually killing people. Some were actually like just attacking children. Like, it was crazy. And people be like, 2016 was great. Baby, 2016 needed to be soaked in rice. That was a horrible year.
Hey. Are you even paying attention to me right now?
I was just eating pasta with my chopsticks in Italy, and this happened.
No, you just... No. You are in Italy. You are not in China.
This should come as a surprise to nobody. Italians are racist as shit, and they're incredibly proud of it. Literally, we've seen multiple videos from this year alone showing how incredibly racist Italians are towards Asian people especially. Remember those girls on the train? The most egregious example from this year alone was the black man who was murdered in broad daylight in front of a crowd simply because he was black, and nobody did anything. They left his body on the ground. Italians find it very disrespectful when you break your pasta noodles in half, so I make it my mission to do it every single time I make spaghetti.
Plagiarism is the core of white American culture. White people have been actively and knowingly stealing black people's ideas, creations, words, and bodies since slavery, oftentimes leading to the creation of major businesses or industries that made white people billions of dollars and left the black creators in the dust. Stolen patents, country music, rock and roll, Elvis's entire discography, Jack Daniel's whiskey, the smallpox vaccine, the show Friends, Fran Drescher's style, Melania Trump's 2016 Republican National Convention speech, boxer braids, Southern food, Nashville hot chicken, ready-made biscuit mix. Every time someone travels to another country, steals the recipes, comes back and makes a restaurant. In fact, cultural appropriation is the highest form of plagiarism, stealing another group's identity, not crediting them and turning around and being the sole profiteer from it. But somehow some missed citations and dissertations written over 20 years ago that none of us had ever read is enough to get a brilliant black woman to resign as the first black president of Harvard when this whole country was built on theft? Maybe this isn't actually about plagiarism at all.
Juicy dinosaur drama for people who care about juicy dinosaur drama.
Triceratops called Stegosaurus a bitch. A poorly plated bitch.
White people treat their dogs better than they treat their friends.
Can I talk my shit? Great. Thank you so much for the invitation. Whiteness holds nothing sacred, not even their children. Not even their own kids. White people's children are learning to hide in their own classrooms and school buildings from school shooters. And the only tepid response they have to offer is a gun debate. Because let's be honest, they're fine with AK-47s and weapons of war, genocide more like, as long as they're pointed at people that look like us. The debate isn't complicated. It's not nuanced or layered. When you come to the realization that they want to keep the guns to protect themselves and their whiteness against us, They're just discomforted by the scopes of those weapons pointing at their own children. There's not a single debate or conflict that is really all that complicated, especially when you realize that all they're trying to do is maintain white supremacy without their children being killed by it. But as we can see with everything going on in the world, white supremacy was never a weapon of precision.
Sunlight comes creeping in, illuminates our skin. We watch the day go by, stories of what we did. It made me think of you, it made me think of you. Under a trillion stars, we danced on top of cars, took pictures of the stage, so far from where we are. They made me think of you, they made me think of you.
They really out here talking about banning ski masks while Clan ones still aren't banned. If someone could let me know what black people, specifically black kids, do to deserve to be criminalized, someone should let me know. Because I really that's actually so crazy.
He told me throw it back about. So I set this motherfucker on his lap.
Bucking that bit in my coat, ooh, okay. Bit in the lot, ooh. Bucking that bit in the spot, ooh. Polka dot, ooh. All of the hoes they mine, ooh. All of the jury in mine, ooh. All of the bidding in mine, ooh. Feel like they shine.
I'm black and autistic. I'm triggered by the police. I'm black and autistic. There's fight, flight, freeze, and whoop that ass. I'm black and autistic. I'm triggered by the police. I said that one already. I'm black and autistic. Nobody cares what I have to say, so I got a duet pale skin content creators. I'm black and autistic. Do not come to my house unannounced. Thank you. I'm black and autistic. There's meltdowns, shutdowns, burnouts, and getting cussed the fuck out. I'm black and autistic. They're likely to call the police when I have a meltdown. I'm black and autistic. When I unmask, I lose my job. I'm black and autistic. Ain't nobody in the black community want to talk about it. I'm black and autistic. Yes, they do talk about it, but they do it behind your back. I'm black and autistic. Nobody believes that we have autism. I'm black and autistic. I have a Wayne Brady mask, so I can make everyone feel comfortable. I'm black and autistic. I gotta be strategic as hell. I'm black and autistic. We do a really great job at masking because of intergenerational trauma, because of racism, because of colorism, and all the other intersectionalities that are in the box of oppression. I'm black and autistic. I'm triggered by microaggressions. I'm black and autistic. I have meltdowns if you don't put seasoning in the food. I'm black and autistic. If you get into a fight, don't ask me to join. I'm black and autistic. That includes protests.
And she cried over nothing. So there was nothing I could do to stop her from cutting her beautiful blue hair off.